Joined now by Buffalo, New York Mayor Byron Brown. Thank you so much, Mayor, for your time tonight. New York Governor Kathy Hochul responded to today's Supreme Court ruling saying, quote, this decision isn't just reckless, it's reprehensible. First, I'd like to just get your reaction to the decision by the court.
Just concluded a meeting with the governor and mayors across the state of New York. I was very disappointed by the action of the Supreme Court in their decision on the concealed carry permit law in the state of New York. The court essentially eliminating an individual giving justification for why they need to conceal carry a weapon.
You and I spoke several times in the wake of the mass shooting at the Tops grocery store in your city. That was carried out using an assault weapon. But talk about the everyday toll of gun violence that you see in your city from people carrying handguns and how you think that this ruling could impact that.
There is a toll of people carrying handguns in the city of Buffalo. Where police officers witnessed a murder on the street with a handgun in broad daylight. Police pursued that individual who then shot at police officers. Police had to return fire, wounding that individual and taking them into custody. But this is the kind of thing that we see in communities all across this country. There are too many guns on the streets and certainly too many illegal weapons that result from weapons that at one point were legal.
Now, you did just outline and highlight one particular incident there, but do you see a specific danger with the potential for more concealed weapons being carried legally on the streets of Buffalo in the wake of this ruling?
I do see a danger. I do see a concern for law enforcement. They will not know who is legally permitted to carry a weapon if there are more weapons being carried in a concealed fashion in the city of Buffalo, across the state of New York and other communities across the country. It will make the job of law enforcement a lot more difficult.
And you've called for sensible gun reforms in the wake of the rise in gun violence in this country. But how will this ruling in particular impact the ability of cities and states to put restrictions on guns? What do you see as the path forward? For
this ruling to come down today as sensible gun reform is moving through the Congress, it certainly has a chilling effect. And for those families who have had family members victimized by gun violence, this also has a further traumatizing effect.
What do you say, though, to conservatives like New York Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, who calls this a, quote, win for law-abiding gun owners, and who says that this merely protects the Second Amendment right to bear arms?
I say that Congresswoman Stefanik is absolutely wrong. She's completely out of touch with what is happening in communities all across this country, in her own city. New York City, in her own state, New York State, far too many innocent Americans are losing their lives to gun violence. We don't want to take away the rights of responsible gun owners. We certainly do not want to infringe on the Second Amendment. But it does make sense for there to be sensible gun reform that does not infringe on the rights of responsible gun owners, and at the same time keeps average innocent Americans safe from unnecessary gun violence.
You know, one last question for you, Mayor. Today, I was speaking to someone who said that she feels that it's time for the Second Amendment to be amended. Do you agree that that might be something that should be considered?
You know, I think there are people that perhaps feel that way. I don't know how that would ever happen when we can't even move forward sensible gun reform. Right. So to talk about amending the Second Amendment when we can't even get Congress to move on sensible gun reform, I think is unrealistic. And it took tragedies like the mass shooting, the act of domestic terror that took place in Buffalo on May 14th and other mass shootings since that time to finally get Congress to take some action. And on the day when we are seeing further movement in Congress on sensible gun reform, this ruling comes down from the United States Supreme Court. It is a disappointment, and it is a dark day for sensible gun reform in this nation.
Buffalo Mayor Byron Brown, we thank you so much for your time. Appreciate your insight.
Thank you, Linsey.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.